All right, so what's the first theme that we're doing?
Dragonblood.
Okay, so like you have dragon, like a sorcerer.
Let me
almost?
read you the flavor text because it's really descriptive.
Okay.
You can feel draconic magic pulsing through your veins, and the guttural roar of dragons invigorates you. Whether you're from an area with deep ties
Okay, I'm done.
Hi everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name is Crew.
I'm Indigo.
Today we're here to talk to you about themes in Starfinder. The first one we're going to talk about is Dragonblood. It is not sexual in nature.
No, but you definitely made it sound that way.
I did no such thing.
They do get a +1 in charisma.
Hey, I'm done with this joke.
Guess what? At first level, you're gonna get theme
knowledge.
knowledge. Yeah, it says a lot of things. At the end of the day, you're gonna make a mysticism or a culture check to just know things about dragons.
Oh.
It's gonna reduce the DC by 5. It gives you like really, really hyper specific things, and I was thinking, oh, maybe it's like it's specifically trying to avoid a specific.
Yeah.
But it's literally like, okay, got it,
Cool.
Everything.
Not that this has anything to do with the intro, but it has to be about dragons that are adults or older.
Culture is going to be your class skill, and if it isn't, then you get a +1.
At 6th level, you're gonna get Dragon Mean. This does involve you being mean, M-E-A-N, to things, but it's not spelled M-E-A-N. Anyways. When you use Intimidate to successfully bully a creature, its change in attitude is gonna last for an additional 10 minutes, and when you use Intimidate to demoralize a creature in combat, its Shaken is going to last for an additional round. You embody the imposing nature of a dragon, and so like when you are like, roar, people like are afraid of you for a little bit longer.
Yeah, and I mean, there's always been that kind of like idea that a lot of dragons have like intimidating auras.
Yeah.
At level 12, you're going to get Dragon Skin. The first time you take energy damage, you actually can reduce it by 5.
The first time you take energy damage?
Yeah, each day.
Oh, I thought you just meant the first time period.
It's just like, hey, you're gonna take that energy resistance 5 and you're gonna have it for any attacks against you for the next hour.
At level 18, you're gonna get Dragon Horde. As everybody knows, dragons like to own physical objects.
A lot.
And so you, as somebody who's super interested in dragons, if you spend 10 minutes in examining your wealth, you can like check on the balance of your bank, you can polish a shiny gold coin that you can gain a resolve point. I don't like this at all because none of the rest of this theme in any way like encourages you to hoard stuff. And then this is like, oh hey, by the way, check out what you own. Well, how is this?
Well, it doesn't.
This doesn't work.
It doesn't specifically say you have to have a hoard of wealth. It specifically says
I get that.
polishing your most expensive weapon as an example,
Yeah.
or if you aren't the hoarding type, but you have that really nice collectible, like you have like a dragon's egg that like is never hatched. Polishing it or taking care of it still fits in within this. I think this is the easiest way to gain a result.
It is very easy because you can. There's absolutely no way that you can't justify.
You just like, hey, GM, I'd like to pull up my hologram, and I would like to call the bank. Yes. What's the status of my current bank account? They're like, oh, yes, it's 3 credits. Ah, thank you so much. Some dragons actually hoard knowledge and or arts like poetry and stuff like that. Depending on your GM and stuff like that, your wealth of knowledge could in fact be the prized possession.
I think you as a good GM would do that. I think the way it's written is material possessions.
Sure.
And I think that, yeah, it does fit with dragons and it's not contradicting the theme, but you look at this level 18 versus the Cyberborn's level 18, which is like, you have to use your augmentation. And this whole theme is about you as an individual think that augmentations are the way to become better at everything. The level 18 and that theme like made you exemplify that whole flavor, but the level 18 here doesn't exemplify the strength of a dragon. It doesn't exemplify the resilience of a dragon. It doesn't exemplify anything about a dragon except for they sometimes like money.
If you were to choose this theme, what would you choose it, like what kind of class would you choose it for?
If I were to choose this theme, boy oh boy.
I would say like stereotypically it would be a vest soldier. You know, you're already partially kind of like lizardy, dragony.
Lizardly, and then like the soldier is just kind of like you play that like hard-headed kind of like.
You go in there, you use intimidation in combat. Definitely doing this for the job, like they're doing this for the outcome, not necessarily I'm saving the world.
Oh yeah,
it's someone that's
self-motivated.
It's self-motivated. Next, we're going to be talking about the Dream Prophet, because guess what they do? They dream about the future. They get a +1 to Wisdom because I guess Wisdom's the most like prophet-y.
Intelligence doesn't work, right?
No.
Because that's not how prophets divine the future. But then also charisma doesn't work, and those are the only other two mental stats, so wisdom it is. Your first level theme knowledge is going to allow you to reduce the DCs of mysticism checks to identify magic runes and like recall knowledge about magical traditions, and to identify spells that are being cast by 5. That's pretty strong for a theme knowledge.
Yeah.
It's not like game breaking, but it definitely
It can be.
I mean, if you're a spellcaster already, there's a good chance that you would have succeeded anyways.
Whenever they're like checking for traps and they're like, oh, this is a ruined trap. This is
Sure,
magical.
sure.
Immediately dropping it by 5.
It's so-
you're just like,
it's
cool.
really
Can I
good.
just? That's kind of like my mechanic in Starfinder.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, cool. Is it
I'm gonna
involved
gain root
computers?
access. Would you like me to roll, or can I just use the number on this sheet, which is higher than your DC, bitch DM? I think this is like on the strong side of balance.
Sure.
Fine.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love this level
Yeah.
1.
And mysticism, of course, is going to be a class skill.
Yes.
If it's already a class skill, you're going to get a +1.
At six-
At 6th level, you're going to get Flash of Prescience, which basically allows you to cast the Augury spell once per day, and you get to know the future a minute ahead of time.
At 12th level, you're gonna get Dream the Future. When you wake up from an 8-hour rest, you can pick one of 3 categories: saving throws, ability checks, or skill checks. Twice per day, you can choose to re-roll a roll from the category that you chose. That's really fucking strong.
You can do it twice per day, and as long as you're not exhausted from not sleeping, you get to do this.
And it's not specific in the sense that like you have the option of basically choosing every kind of roll. You have to plan ahead. So it like has a mechanic built into it that rewards you knowing what you're getting into and like doing your research.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's tons of traps here. Maybe we should do saving throws. You could figure it out like in your campaign. And sometimes you won't, and that's part of the fun of the game, is adapting to situations where you're wrong.
It's possible that your vision is not correct.
Sure.
And so the idea behind it is that because you're getting flashes of the future, you're dreaming of the future, right?
Yep.
You're able to dream up of what's going to be happening for that day. So you as the player get to go, well, because I know we're about to go into a dungeon,
Yep.
I know that this would be my best choice.
Yeah, so you can even justify it in the role play.
At 18th level, you're going to get Reverie. If you use the Dream the Future ability
Yep.
and the roll fails, you can then basically spend 10 minutes meditating, thinking about like the fleeting idea of the future and gain a resolve point.
I love how it procs off of the level 12. That's pretty cool.
The only issue is that you only get this if it fails, which kind of makes it weaker than most of the other.
True. Yeah, it's one of the few ones where it's possible to get no resolve points even though you're actively trying to get resolve points. That's pretty shitty. And I'm not saying that that makes it stronger, mind you. I'm just saying that I like the
flavor.
The flavor of it.
Yeah.
I think you're right about the fact that it does make it substantially weaker.
Look, some people like sriracha as a flavor, but others realize that it burns. Like that's kind of what this is, Like
Is that a saying that people use?
no, the flavor's good. Yes, sriracha is good, but at the end of the day, it still burns. It's not helpful for you if you succeed at doing the thing, you know? I like this. This is clearly a mystical caster class.
Yep.
I would even say like operative could be good. Like it sucks losing like a +1 to wisdom because it's not a key stat for the operative. But the idea of being able to find traps and then being able to like deal with the magical aspects of them and know what the trap is also really beneficial and nice.
Yeah, I think wisdom is one of the skills where it's a little bit less of a bummer. Like it's not as good of an offset as charisma, but it's tied to perception, and that's just like cool. Like I can get down with having a little bit extra perception.
While we were looking at the Dragonblood, it was much more carried for specific like classes. I think this has a little bit more of a wider
Appeal.
range for a lot of different things.
Yep, that level 1 theme knowledge, like that is very strong for a level 1 theme-based feature. And not taking advantage of that on a caster is, I think, difficult to justify.
Sure.
You will always have access to that if you pick this theme because it is the first thing you get access to. And so it's hard to like compare this to something else that might be good for a caster, but comes into its own a little bit later in the game. This is like immediately beneficial.
Sure.
So maybe if you're playing low-level campaigns with a caster, this is like, ooh, get it.
I think Dream the Future is so beneficial for
Yeah.
everything that
Sure.
even if you're not focusing on mysticism for your character, I think that the later on themes, if you are playing either a long-running game or a high level,
Yep.
Dream the Future is crazy good.
Agree.
And really great to roleplay. Waking up every day and your character's like, today's going to be a day of fighting.
Carl, what the fuck are you talking about?
I think this is really great. I really like it. I want to hear from you all. Head down in the comments and let us know, do you think the Dragonblood or do you like the Dream Prophet better?
Yeah.
While you're down there, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you
The
haven't.
bell icon.
Well, before we get there, did I mention the like button? I mentioned the like button. Yeah. So you were right.
Thanks.
Fuck the
Don't
bell
click the
icon.
bell icon.
Don't click the bell icon if you're getting notifications for every piece of content and you're only here to watch GameGorgon or specifically Pathfinder 2nd Edition or Starfinder content. Doesn't make sense if you hit the bell because you're more likely to unsubscribe if you're getting all these like notifications for content that you're not going to watch.
Also, look at these funny stats about how some of you enable notifications for our channel but don't have notifications enabled on any of your devices. Isn't that funny as hell?
That being said, head over to Twitter and talk to us there. You can talk to me there at IndigoQT.
And you can talk to me on Twitter at CrewQT, or you can talk to both of us at all these social media things down here.
You can donate to this one.
Oh, you can also talk to us there.
Yeah.
But you can also,
It's
if you
weird,
would
though.
like,
I think you have to donate to talk to us there.
you have to donate to join our Discord.
No, you don't.
You have to donate money to join our Discord.
No, you have to.
And then if you want to play a game with us, you have to be on the God tier.
You have to go into the description and click the link to join. That's the payment. The payment to join our Discord is to actually click the See More button.
Oh.
And then click the link that says Discord. I know that's a lot to ask. But